Hello everyone, this is me Kika. Welcome to my channel Learn with Kika. Today we are going to solve some beginner level challenges on HackerRank. HackerRank is huge if you don't know. They have got loads of resources on problem solving and various challenges on different programming languages. And I'm going to choose Java because if you have listened to the previous video, you'd have known that I'm a bit of a Java girl. So we'll start with the beginner level problems on HackerRank, and let's see how I do. I've already brushed up some of the basics of Java, so it would be good if you wanted to go over any sort of like YouTube tutorials, or there are like literally loads of online courses as well. So maybe brush up the basics, and then you can follow along as I venture the challenge world of HackerRank. HackerRank, you can log in, like as in you can create an account and you can log in. So the progress, what you make when solving these challenges will be stored automatically, and then it will also give you a ping. There is some hacker points which you can like gain along the way. There are badges. It's all about getting people interested into coding and then making sure that they are motivated enough to solve more challenges, fulfill their learning journey, and be connected to the platform as well. So see you in a bit. I'll have my setup done with a bigger screen so I can like share screen, and let's see how it goes. See you as well, which is getting recorded. I'm trying it out the first time, so hopefully it works, and it's kind of like zoomed in so you can see my computer screen as well. So yeah, so this is HackerRank. I've like logged into my account, and as I mentioned, I'm going to look at Java, but then there are like lots more ones on HackerRank if you wanted to try it out. I've just done Java, but then there are different certifications for program solving, basic Python, and then there are also like topics which you could explore and then do challenges. So you're like getting better at it. Right, so let's solve this challenge, which is about Java standard in and standard out. Um, I lost my mouse. So this challenge here, they are talking about standard in and standard out. Standard in is standard input, and std out is the standard output. And I know that we use scanner class for it. So yeah, this is the way we invoke a scanner class, and then this is a string where you call that scanner object and say next. Yeah, and then you store it in an int. Okay, and then close it. So my string is my string, which you get. So it is only, even it is a string, you just call it as next. But then if it is an int, because this is an int, this was string, this was int. When it is an int, you need to call as next int. Right. So the code above creates a scanner object called scanner and uses it to read string and an int. It then closes the scanner object because there is no more input to read, and prints to standard out using system out println string. So if your input is 5, your code will print my string is high. Okay, high and 5. So my string is high and my int is 5. Okay, so there is a challenge. So in this challenge, you must read 3 numbers from standard in, okay, and then print them out to standard out. Each integer must be printed on a new line. To make the problem a little easier, a portion of the code is provided for you in the editor below. There are 3 lines of input, and each line contains a single integer. Okay, so this is the input, this is the sample output. Okay, so basically we have got 3 numbers which the user is inputting, and then you have to just print them back. Right. So if we look at the program here, hmm, so it has a class called solution. That's good. And we have a main method. And then they have already invoked the scanner class. So we have our object scan. Next is it's an int because it's all integers 42, 100 and 125. I think it will work really well. Int a equal to scan dot next int. Yes. But then we have three lines of input. So we need to do this three times in order to get the three integers. So what I'm going to do is maybe I'm going to do a for loop. So for int I equal to 0. This is how we write for loops. And then int I less than 3, I plus plus. I don't know whether the syntax is right. It's not giving me any errors. So I just like looking at W3 schools for the Java loop. Okay, so that's a semicolon. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, that's correct syntax. So now what I need to do is I need to put it in here. So it will do it 0 time. 0 time would be 42. When I equal to 0, it's 42. And then when I equal to 1, it will be 100. I equal to 2, it will be 125. And I equal to 3, though it will come out of the loop. But it's not printing. Okay, so you are here. So better go and put it in here. Cool. So it will read it and it will print out. Now what we need to do is we need to close the scanner. So scan dot close. Oh, it comes up, right? So is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. So I can just remember that. Okay, let's try to run code. Congratulations! Right, the next challenge is Java if else. Um, um, it's like a logical workflow of the conditional statement. Let's look at the task. So here is the task. The task says given an integer n, perform the following conditional actions. Okay. If n is odd, print weird. That's simple. If n is even and in the inclusive range of 2 to 5, print not weird. If n is even and in the inclusive range of 6 to 20, print weird. If n is even and greater than 20, print not weird. Okay. And then it says complete the stub code provided in your editor to print whether or not n is weird. Okay. Input format, a single line containing a positive integer n. Okay, that means there's no negative numbers. And will it be decimal? No, it can't be decimal because it's an integer. So the constraint is n is greater than 1 and it is less than 100, which is correct. And the output format, print weird if the number is weird, otherwise print not weird. Cool. So there is a sample input, sample output, and some explanations. And this is the code editor. So let's open it up in a full screen layout. Cool. So there are a bunch of import statements, which is good. We don't have to do it. There is a class called a solution. They have already got the scanner class as well. We have the scanner object, and there is a main method, and there is a integer n, which is what we set. Yeah. and it's also associated with the scanner extent. So whatever input the user is giving, it's getting stored in scanner. I don't know what is scanner skip. Maybe we should try what is scanner. Do we have anything here? Hmm, can't see any. Scanner skip. Can't find any scanner skip. Right. Let's do it our way without any scanner skip. I don't really know what that is. Maybe we could research later. Right, so let's do this. So the first one is if n is odd, print weird. And if we have to find out the whether it is divisible by 2, then we can find whether a number is an odd number or an even number. So we have already got n. So let's do the if statement. If n is divisible by 2, that is the modulus, equal to 0, actually not equal to 0, because it says n is odd, print weird. If it's not equal to 0, then we can do system.out println and print weird. Okay, and then else, what do we do? Else, if n is less than equal to 2 and n is greater than equal to 5, then what do we do? Then print not weird. Okay, capital S. Hmm, okay, that's a capital. That means not weird, right? And then if if n is greater than or equal to 6 and n is less than equal to 20, then what do we do? Then we'll do system dot out of println and we will do weird. Okay, cool. And this is also n is even and greater than, so we'll put everything inside else itself. So n is greater than 20, system dot out dot println not weird, not weird. Okay, and then we will do the scanner close. Okay, does it make sense? Maybe we should do this one as well. So if n is greater than equal to 1 and n is less than equal to 100 and n modulus 2 is not equal to 0. Okay, so that means we are saying that the integer n should be between 1 and 100 and then it is divisible by 2. That means it's not divisible by 2. Not equal to 0 means there would be a remainder, and if there is a remainder then it is an odd number or an odd integer, so we have to print weird, so that's good. And if it is not divisible by 2, that is if there are no reminders, it will go into the else loop. So the else loop starts from there till the whole thing, so everything is inside the else. Let's reduce the if. Okay, so all the even numbers will go here. So if it is even and then it is between 2 and 5, it will print not weird. And if it is between 6 and 20, it will print weird. If it is more than 20, it will print not weird. So have we closed it correctly? It's closed. It is also closed. Where is this? Okay, and then we have a scanner close, and then we have got the main method closing here. And then what is this? And this one is for the solution. I don't know why we have so many. We have to delete it. Right. Let's do run code. Okay. So if the input is 3, 2 to 5. No, if it is odd, it'll print weird. So yeah, weird. And then this is 24, which is greater than 20, then not weird. Oh, there are no inputs for these. Is there a run against custom input? So let me give a input as 4. No response and standard output. Why? Okay, that's not good. 2. Okay, so it's just giving error on this if condition. So if I give a range of 8, which should fall under this condition. Okay, so that works. 8 to 20 is weird. Why is this one not working? Ah, look at that. So if n is greater than equal to 2 and n is less than equal to 5, that's why. So if I give it as run code, okay, that one works. So if I give it as 4, 4 is not weird. Good. So if I give it as 2, it says not weird. That's correct. So if I give it as 200, not weird. Why, if it's greater than, not weird. Hmm, interesting. If n is even and greater than 20, print not weird. So it is actually correct. But we were like saying we had a constraint of, okay, maybe what we need to do is, okay, so if n is greater than 100, system.out.println, please enter a number less than 100 and greater than 1. If n is greater than 100 or n is less than 1, less than 1. Okay, let's try it. Please enter a number less than 100 and greater than 1. And it also says not weird. How can I say if? Else if? Let's see whether this will work. Okay, please enter a number less than 100 and greater than 1. Because I added an else if instead of an else, it's not, this one is not getting printed out. Okay, cool. So if I add number as 0, does it also give me the same? Please enter a number less than 100 and greater than 1. Cool. Then I think we are gold here. Let me submit the code. It's taking a lot of time. Congratulations! Good job, good job, good job. Everything worked so fantastic. It says you have earned 10 points. You are now 7 points away from the first star for your Java badge. Okay. Next challenge. Bring it on. So let's look at the next challenge. In this challenge, it says you must read an integer, double, and a string from the standard in method and then print the output. So input is the first line contains an integer, second line contains a double, third line contains a string. So the output should be string first, then double, then int. And there is a note. It says if you use the next line method immediately following the next int method, recall that next int reads integer tokens. Because of this, the last new line character for that line of integer input is still queued in the input buffer, and the next line will be reading the remainder of the integer line, which is empty. Okay, so there is a difference between what gets stored when we use next line and next int. There might be problem. So this is a sample input, integer double and string. Sample output is string double in the other way around. Right. Okay. So let's look at our code editor. Already they have a class There is a main method. They have invoked the scanner. They have also started off with int I. So that's good because first one is integer as per the problem. First one is integer. They've already got that. Next one is a double. So let's put a double, and here they've got the system printing statement. So there is a sd and I double sd. So let me also declare that variable as d. Equal to scan dot next double. Okay, and then the next one is a string. So let's declare a string yes equal to scan next line. Okay, let's remove this. Yeah, so we are reading an int, we are reading a double, we are reading a string. They are all saying that in next as well. So it will be printed the same way, read in the same way, printed in the same way. So that is string double int. So if I say run code, okay, it all failed because okay, so it was int string and int double and string. So string is 0. Okay, maybe that is what they were like saying here. This note. Let's look at our code. We are not using line after next int. We are using it after next double, but probably it's the same thing. The input buffer is still queued, so it gets empty response. So in order to clear out, we need to give an empty string. So let's do a string str equal to scan dot next line, and then if we do that, then if we so hopefully this will flush out the reading from the double that input buffer, and then when we get the next line it would be like automatically reading it properly. Let's try to run it. Okay, cool. So first one was like that, and then we've got cool. The next one was there's 142. Okay, so it looks good too. Hmm. So let's try out. Let's try out something with it. Let's see what happens. Maybe it will give a compile error. Do you think it will give a compile error? It's a runtime error, not a compile error. Okay, okay, fine. Because it's a double and I gave it a string. This one is a float, so let's try that. And that should be okay. Yeah. What happens if I run code? Okay, kind of like rounded it off on its own. So this is 8, 7, and then it rounded off 7 as 8 because 9 is greater than 5. I think that's okay. I'm going to submit it. Right, everything passed. Oh, look at that. I earned my first star. Cool. Okay. See you on the next challenge.